Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mac. I'm back again with another video. I thought I'd hop on the bandwagon and talk to you guys about cryptocurrency, I guess more specifically about Bitcoin and whether or not I think the price of Bitcoin can keep increasing from these crazy numbers that we're seeing recently. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just kind of find this stuff interesting. So don't take any of this as investment advice. Please do your own research. Please talk to your financial advisors, people who actually do this for a living. I'm literally just a guy in a car. So take what you will from my video, but don't blame me when shit goes sour, because I mean, investing, right? I actually got my start with cryptocurrency in 2017/2018. There was a big boom then. It was actually before I even got interested in investing in stocks, and I actually learned a lot about like technical chart work, just a lot about the actual buying and selling process, and kind of when to look for opportunities to enter, dollar cost averaging, all of those kind of basic ideas that you need before you start investing. And it taught me all of that. And from there, I kind of dabbled in a few other things. I looked into Forex for a little while, found that it wasn't really for me. Stocks actually became the thing that stuck with me the most, because in the end there was like an underlying foundation. But because of everything that's kind of happened recently, I'm starting to think that cryptocurrency is going to have a similar underlying foundation that is going to legitimize its worth, essentially. Bitcoin specifically too has the added benefit of that there is going to be a finite number of Bitcoin. I think there's only a total 21 million or 23 million or something like that that can be mined. I'm actually not even sure where we're at right now, but knowing that there's a finite number of it means it kind of behaves similar to the way gold behaves and the way that it holds its value. The more we mine closer and closer to the last piece of gold, the more and more valuable gold is going to get, because the rarer it will be to find, essentially. And that's the same thing that's going to happen with Bitcoin, or is already happening with Bitcoin. Now, I think a lot of the price action that we're seeing up until this point has been mainly to do with the major institutions buying in. So lately you may have heard that, you know, Tesla invested so much money into Bitcoin. Elon Musk also announced that he is going to accept Bitcoin for Teslas, which is a huge step in legitimizing its use case. And the more and more institutions like this that accept Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies as a traditional form of payment, the more we're going to see more and more people start to invest in it. So at the moment, I still really think we're seeing kind of a very small percentage of the total investing market investing in Bitcoin. We're starting to see a little bit of commercial action, which is going to push more and more people who have kind of been watching on the sidelines. And so I only think that this can keep booming. My nearest prediction is I think at least 100,000. I don't know if that's going to happen in this year, but from the boom that we've seen already, it's very, very possible. Let's see how kind of other major institutions treat this situation, and if they decide to hop in. Because if they do decide to hop in, that's just giving it more and more legitimacy, and it's going to convince the sideline investors that it's worth it to get into it. I, for one, am a big fan of the idea of decentralizing our financial system. I think that regulations, while useful in some cases, can also hinder slash cut into some of our financial action. Like, for example, I pay bank fees, like to keep my earned money somewhere. I need to pay somebody else to kind of take care of it, or facilitate its use. Like, I guess they give me a debit card so I can go use it kind of conveniently and all of this, and I can pay for my bills directly from my banking, and that's kind of what you pay for. But when you decentralize all of that, you're taking control away from the banking institutions, you're taking control away from governments, and I think we're going to see more and more people kind of keep some of their worth in Bitcoin. At least before, it used to be just people doing it, but we're going to be seeing more and more companies do it. And like I said earlier, the more commercial action that we see, the more the price of a Bitcoin is going to shoot up. Another very positive indicator is, of course, the leader of ARK Invest, Cathie Woods. She's been talking about Bitcoin prices of 500,000 or something like that, which I actually don't think is that far-fetched, because of that idea of a finite supply of Bitcoin. Obviously, I don't think it's going to happen like immediately in the next year or whatever, but right now I think that we might look back in time and think, oh wow, 70,000, or I think it's trading at like 50,000 USD, 70,000 CAD, something like that. That's actually a really cheap price for us to be getting Bitcoin, which is kind of wild. So I highly suggest that if you have any idea of investing, or you've started thinking about it, that you consider investing a little bit in cryptocurrency. I wouldn't say put your entire portfolio in there or anything like that, but I would suggest at least 15% of your portfolio should be in Bitcoin. When the action is volatile, obviously you see it really go up, but don't invest anything you're not afraid to lose. It's a lot safer to invest into it now just because of all the backing of all of the financial institutions, but it's always a risk just like any other investment. So I wouldn't bet the ranch on it, so to speak, but I definitely think that you should get in the cash action if at all possible, and you have kind of like a little bit of money left over or whatever it may be. Without further ado, I guess I'll talk about my experience and what I use. I've been using Coinbase. I find that platform to be really easy for buying the coins. That's what I used way back in the day, and I recently just downloaded it again. I actually had stepped away from the action. I just kind of left whatever I had from back then kind of ride, and now I'm seeing it pop, which is nice to see. But yeah, Coinbase is what I've been using so far to buy and like the basic coins, and you can use a platform called Binance to actually trade. So you can send your altcoins or Bitcoin or whatever the hell you're using from Coinbase directly to Binance so you can trade. And yeah, that's a lot of fun. And I think I might actually have a referral link, and I might get something for you guys if you sign up. So I'm gonna put some referral links in the bottom. Who knows, man? Maybe I could do this YouTube thing for real. But anyways, I don't want to step on here to let you guys know that this is definitely an opportunity that I think is going to continue to pop for a little while. The cryptocurrency market is back to being really volatile, which is really good for investors. Of course, be careful. Don't be too greedy. If you're seeing something pop off in your thing, just lock in your profits and kind of reinvest and dollar cost average back in if you need to. But yeah, as a huge disclaimer, by the way, I'm gonna cut this and put this at the beginning of the video, so the video might end here now, but I'm gonna put a disclaimer at the top of this video that I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just kind of find this stuff interesting. So don't take any of this as investment advice. Please do your own research. Please talk to your financial advisors, people who actually do this for a living. I'm literally just a guy in a car, so take what you will from my video, but don't blame me when shit goes sour, because I mean, investing, right? Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this video. Invest in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, hashtag Doge. I'm just kidding. That's a meme coin, but I mean, maybe there's legitimacy to it. I mean, Elon seems to like it, so we might be using that currency on Mars. Yeah, so you might want to get in on the Mars currency before we have to move there, and that's the only form of payment back and forth. And I don't know how you're supposed to get Capri Suns in Mars without Dogecoin, so keep that in mind. Anyways, that little ramble at the end aside, thank you guys for listening to this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.